Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today our class is all about strengthening our mind-body connection. It's going to help you feel your best both mentally and physically. So go find your workout space and let's do it. Okay, we're going to start down on the floor today. We're just going to start with some breathing. So I just want you to make your way down into a comfortable position for you. You can have your knees bent, you can let them fall out to the side, or your legs can just be nice and long. So wherever's comfortable for you. A really good way to get into your body and calm down the mind is with breathing. So that's how we're going to start today. You're going to place your left hand on your chest and then your right hand on your tummy. And I just want you to close down your eyes. And we're just going to take some nice big breaths in. So nice big inhale in through the nose, and then exhale, sigh it out. So we're just going to stay here for a little bit today before we get into it. So big inhale, imagine yourself filling up all four corners of the lungs, and then exhale, sigh it all out. Big inhale and exhale. And just notice how you can feel your chest rising and falling with the breath. Try to relax the shoulders, relax your face. Try to leave any thoughts outside and just focus on yourself. One more big breath here. Exhale, sigh it all out. Okay, from here we'll just gently open our eyes. We'll pop our hands by our sides and then just bringing the knees up into this position here. We're just going to take our feet a little bit wider and then we're just going to drop our left knee to our right ankle and then switch. So just getting a little bit of movement through the legs there. And still breathing nice and deeply. Feel free to keep your eyes closed for this part if you like. Last two and last one. Okay, we'll bring our feet hip distance apart. Feet are nice and firm to the floor. Arms are relaxed by our sides. We're going to take a nice big breath in, and then as we're exhaling, tucking that tailbone under, pubic bone goes forward, rolling our spine up one vertebra at a time, and then slowly back down. Cool, so just moving through some bridging now. As you're doing this, I want you to visualize your spine just moving really slowly, one vertebra at a time, up and down. Good, so just moving on your own time here. Try to move nice and slowly so you can feel each muscle working. Last one here, hold it up at the top. Feeling the back body firing up, and then we slowly lower back down. Cool, now we're gonna add the arms. So nice big inhale, exhale, lift through the hips, lift the arms, and back down. So still just focusing on that spine, moving nice and slowly. Really try to articulate it, just one vertebra at a time. Just reaching those fingertips, floating them up. Good, and then on this last one, we'll hold it up at the top, holding the palms up. We're just gonna add some little pulses up and down. Good, just gentle little pulse with those hips. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lowering back down. Good, and then we're gonna squeeze and lift through the hips and lower. So you should be starting to feel some nice heat coming into the glutes, into the hamstrings. Good, and then just flowing with that breath. And then on this next one, let's add the arms. And back down. And float them up. And down, so grounding through our feet here. Really try to press the weight through the heels to come through the hamstrings and the glutes. Good, just keep that gaze nice and soft. Good, on this next one, let's hold it up at the top. Let's go for those little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's slowly lower it all the way back down. Go ahead, just bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze there. Cool, and then from here, coming back down. Okay, we're gonna bring our legs up to tabletop, our arms right above our shoulders, coming into a little bit of core activation. So from here, you're gonna extend your left leg and your right hand, little tap on the floor, bring it back, and then other side. So opposite arm, opposite leg. This is a great exercise to activate your core, but to also get your brain figuring out sort of what you need to do, finding that coordination and controlling opposite parts of your body can be a little bit challenging sometimes. Cool, and then on these next couple, I just want you to start to think about pressing and imprinting your spine flat to the floor to really turn that tummy on. Nice job. Last 2. Good, and last one. Cool, and then from here, we're just gonna pop our hands by our side. Legs are gonna stay in tabletop. We're gonna start to come through that core. So once again, imprint that spine. There should be no gap in that lower back. Palms pressing into the floor. Tap the left foot down, bring it back up, and then the right, and back up. Down, and up. So now we're moving through our core series. I want you to pay attention to your tummy and to your breath. So the more you use your breath in your core work, the more you get to actually activate your core and get more work out of what you're putting into it. Good, last 3, 2, and 1. From here, both legs up to tabletop, and then we'll do double toe taps. So if that was strong enough for you with the single, you can stay with those. Otherwise, you can move up to your double toe taps with me. Cool, so just noticing how your back sort of wants to arch when you take the toes down and just really trying to imprint it. So pressing it flat, belly button to follow. Good, last 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're gonna extend that left leg. You're gonna catch your right knee. You can lift your head or you're welcome to keep it down. We're gonna move into a single leg stretch. So reaching those toes nice and long each time. And just noticing how maybe your hips want to move a little bit here and just trying to use your core to control that. Last 2 and last 1. Bring the legs back to tabletop. Off we go again, back into our toe taps. Whew. So just really focusing now on trying to not just tap your foot down, but extend out a little bit and always keep the knee above the hips when you come back to tabletop. Good. Still pressing our spine nice and flat here, palms resting by our sides. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into those double toe taps. Down, up, down, and up. Last 5, 4. Try to think about using your tummy to bring your knees back. Last 2, and last one there. Let's go into those single leg stretches. So extending one leg, bending the other knee, and catching it. Reaching nice and long through the legs, really trying to lift that chest. Good job. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Last set here. Coming back to our toe taps. So just moving a little slower today. I just want you to be able to feel your different muscle groups switching on as we go through each exercise. Because sometimes if you move too fast through exercises, your muscles don't get the chance to properly switch on. And it depends on what you're doing as well. So if you're doing more cardio stuff, you kind of just want everything to get all sweaty, but it's really important you know how to activate your own muscles. Last 2. And last one, double toe taps. Last set of these. See if you can really challenge yourself here. Extend those legs a little lower. Good, really try and tap that floor. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, give me one more. Good job, and then let's move straight away into our single leg stretches. Good, let's go for last 6, 5, 4, 3, see if you can lift a little higher. Good job. Last 2, and last one there, relax it down. Okay, from here, we're gonna ground through our left foot, so that's gonna stay bent, and then we're gonna extend our right leg towards the ceiling. I want you to check with your hands if your hips are square, so you'll be able to feel if one hip has slipped up or one slipped down. You can physically feel if they're in place, so just keep your hands on your hips for these first couple. You're gonna point those right toes, and then I just want you to start to draw tiny little circles. So I don't want you to go too big with these, just tiny little circles here. And as you're circling, I just want you to notice if your left hip is trying to roll off to the side and come away from the floor to help you draw those circles. If it is, I want you to think how you can use your core to push your left hip down to stop it from trying to roll. Cool, and then let's reverse those circles. If you feel happy with that and that hip's not moving, you can pop your hands back down onto the floor. And if you feel like taking those circles a little bigger, do it. So we're still trying to imprint our spine here, so try to keep it as flat as possible onto the floor. Good, last 3, 2, and 1. We'll pop that foot down, switch sides, so left leg up towards the ceiling, right foot is planted. Start off with your hands on your hips. Sometimes we have imbalances. One side might feel a little bit easier than the other, or one side might be a little bit more controlled than the other. So pushing that right hip down now, anchoring through that right foot. Good, just drawing those little circles, keeping that core on. Keep your hands on your hips or on the floor. Good job, and now let's reverse those circles. Make them a little bigger if you feel comfortable there. Good job, still using that core to anchor through that midsection. Last 3, 2, good job, and 1. Okay, from here we're gonna extend our left leg now. Extend our right leg up to the ceiling. If that's too intense of a stretch, just keep your left leg bent. We're gonna flex through those right toes. So I want you to think that you're trying to push your heel up towards the ceiling, and we're just gonna gently stretch out those hamstrings. So as always, try not to pull your leg. I just want you to gently rest your hands behind it. Just a little stretch, and it doesn't matter if you can get your leg to here, or you can just get it to here. As long as you're stretching, I'm happy, and that's just something that will take time. Good, nice big breaths. Good, we'll let that leg down, and we'll swap sides. So flexing through those left toes, soft bend in that knee, little gentle press into that left leg. Try to let the shoulders relax, same with the face. Nice way. Okay, popping that leg down. We're gonna roll over onto our left elbow. Magic, right? So you can come right down onto your arm if that feels a little more comfortable. Otherwise, we're gonna have our hips nice and stacked, same with the knees to start off with. Nice and strong through the elbow here. We're gonna extend our right leg out nice and long. Make sure you point your toes to keep that muscle, those leg muscles on. And then all we're gonna do is just lift up and lower down. So with your right hand, you can just keep it pressed into the floor to stabilize as we work through the legs. Good, let's go for the last 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hold the leg up. We're gonna flex and point, flex and point. So now I want you to check with your right hand if this top hip has rolled open or it's staying square. If it rolls open, you'll start to feel it in the front, and we only want to feel this all in the glute. So just remember, you can come down to your elbow here as well if that feels a little bit nicer. Let's go for last 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, point that foot, plant that hand down. We're just going to start to draw little circles in one direction. Whichever way you choose first is fine, because we're going to reverse it in 3, 2, 1, and then reverse that. So as you reverse those circles, just notice how different parts of your legs and your glutes take over as you change directions. Good, last 3, 2, 1. From here, we're just going to point and hold. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we lower down and lift it back up. Lower and lift. So sometimes with the angle of your leg as well, you might need to take it a little bit more out in front or more in line with your body, just so you can properly feel it in the back of your leg. So just have a play around with that. See where you can feel it a little bit more intensely. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and hold. Let's point and flex. Flex and point for 5, 4. If you're up on your elbow, make sure you're nice and strong here. You're not collapsing into that shoulder. Last 2, and last 1. Point the toe, little tiny circles one way. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's point and hold. Good. See if you can activate through that side body there. Strong through those obliques. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower down. Little reset. Check that form. Make sure it's nice before we keep going. Good. Little lower, little lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's point. Let's flex. Point and flex. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little tiny circles back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to bring that left shin in front. Right shin is going into our little Z-sit position here for our mermaid stretch. So planting that left hand onto the floor, right arm is coming up and over. Stretch out that side body. If you can, try and take your elbow down to the floor for that deeper stretch there. A few big breaths here, just a little stretch. Good job, and then let's bring it all the way back up, just turning ourselves around, having our legs nice and long. I want you to take your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And then from here, we're gonna really extend through that spine. Arms are gonna come out nice and long. So we're sitting up really nice and tall. I want your back muscles to be working here, same with the tummy. Nice big inhale. We're gonna start to reach it forward, coming through a little bit of movement through our spine. If that's your max, that's totally fine, stay there. If you can, try to touch the hands down to the floor. You can let the head fall heavy. And then we inhale, re-stacking up really nice and tall. Good, so we exhale as we're reaching down. Inhale as we're coming back up. If it's more comfortable for you to just reach down with your hands on your shins, you can also do that. Good, a couple more here, just getting that movement and length through that spine. Keep a tiny soft bend in the knees here as well. Good, so reaching. I really want you to think about lengthening through that spine rather than curving your shoulders. I want you to think nice and long through that lower spine. Restack nice and tall. One more here. Good, tuck under and reach. Good, then let's come all the way back up. Arms are gonna come out to a T shape now. From here, your right pinky is going to your left pinky toe. Try to saw it off. And then we come back up, we twist, and then we go to the other side. So as you're doing this, I want you to try to keep the lower half of your body really, really still. And we're just rotating through our torso, through our midsection and that spine. Good, we'll go for one more each side. Good, get that twist. Make sure you flip that opposite palm. Nice work. Last one on this side. and then let's come back up. Okay, just elegantly make your way over to the right side. We'll do our side lining on that side. So strong through that right elbow, knees are bent, hips are stacked. You're gonna point those left toes. Remember, you can come all the way down to the floor or straight onto the arm. So from here, we're gonna lift and we're gonna lower. Lift and lower. So make sure those hips are nice and square, strong through that forearm, pointing those toes. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lift, we're gonna point and flex. Point and flex. We're gonna make sure this top shoulder stays nice and square here as well as you do this. Last 3, tummy stays on. Last 2, and last 1, point the toe, little tiny circles. And don't think that you have to draw massive big circles like you're a helicopter trying to take off. It's just a baby little movement. Last 2, and reverse. Good job. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift and hold. Good. Keep your tummy nice and tight as you do this. Last 3, 2, really extending through that leg. And last 1, let's lower it down and lift it up. So just remember, you can take your leg a little bit more out in front, if you can feel it in your glute a bit more there. So whatever works for your body is what you need to figure out. Good, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's point and flex. Point and flex. Let's go for 5. Check that top hip doesn't roll back. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Little tiny circles, little baby circles. Last 4, good job. Last 3, 2, 1. Reverse that circle. Good, let's go for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold, squeeze that glute. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round here, little form set, little check there. Good, off we go. Lift and lower, lift and lower for 5. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's point and flex. Point and flex. 5, my leg is shaking. 4, 3, yes you can. 2, 1. Little tiny circles for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. Last little bit here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bringing that right leg in front. Left shin is bent by our sides. We're going to find that nice mermaid stretch. So remember, you can stay up here if that feels good, or you can come right down onto the elbow. Whew. Nice little burn there of those glutes. So just take a sec, come back to the breath. Slow your heart rate down. Good job. Okay, we're going to spin ourselves around, coming into our all fours position. And then from here, just checking your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And I just want you to start to just wiggle around a little bit, just to get that spine moving and just a little bit of blood flowing. Do anything that feels good. Feel free to do some cat and cows, just to let everything release and move around there. Okay, from here, staying nice and soft through the arms, we're just going to start to circle the shoulders over the wrists, just nice and slowly in one direction to start, and then back the other way. So spread all 10 fingers here. Whew. Nice work. Come back to center. From here, we're going to tuck those toes, lifting those hips up into our little down dog. So keep a nice big bend into your knees if that feels good. Otherwise, try to really ground your heels into the floor, nice and long through the spine, through the hands. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to start to shift our weight forward. As we're doing that, we're going to start to draw that right knee into our chest, little tiger curl, and then we're going to send that right knee back up towards the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to take our right knee to our right elbow, see if you can get it to touch, and then back up towards the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to take our right knee to our left elbow, little pause, and then back up towards the ceiling, and then plant it down. So finding that down dog once again. Nice and strong through your shoulders here. Stay with me. Good, so nice big breath in, shifting that weight forward as we do that. That left knee is drawing in, little pause. We're going back. Good, and then we're gonna go left knee, left elbow, little pause. Going back, and then left knee, right elbow. Good, little pause, finding that down dog. Once again, come back to that breath. Good, and then on an exhale, we're gonna start to shift that weight forward, finding our little plank. Good, spread all 10 fingers, get comfortable, and then really focusing on being nice and strong through our arms, through that back. Keep that tummy nice and tight. And we're just gonna hold here for 6, 5, really draw that tummy in. Nice long neck, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, just gonna lower those hips down, untuck the toes, coming straight into that little back bend. If that doesn't feel good, you can just take a little child's pose if you like. Good job, and then we're just gonna start to slowly walk our hands forward. So if you're in your child's pose, just make your way down onto your tummy. From here, arms are going back by our hips, forehead's just gonna come down to the floor. Nice and relaxed here for a second. I want you to take a nice big breath in, and then as you exhale, I want you to use your back muscles and your core to just lift that chest up, lift your gaze, and lower back down. A few more like this, big lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. So if you're starting to lift up and it's hurting your back, just keep it really, really small and really try to focus on squeezing your core on to help. On this next one, we're gonna lift it up. We're gonna hold it up at the top. Lifting the palms, we're gonna do 5 little pulses, up and down. 5, 4, 3, pull those shoulders out of the ears. Last 2, and 1, lower back down. Off we go again, we lift up. Let's go for 6 pulses. 5, 4, really try to pull those fingertips away, nice and long. Last 3, 2, and 1, lowering back down. Let's go for one more set here. Big inhale, big exhale. Really try to lift through that tummy. Let's pulse those arms up and down for 10, 9, really lift that chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Bring your palms back under your shoulders, open the knees, and then let's find that nice little child's pose. To release all of that work there, you can really extend those arms out nice and long, taking the knees as wide as you like. Alrighty, let's take a nice big inhale here. Make our way back to our all fours. Shoulders underneath our wrists. You're going to extend your left leg out nice and long. And then we're going to bring our right foot behind our right knee. We're going to swing ourselves around into a little gate pose. Point that left toe and then just reach those left hand fingertips up and over and feel that nice big stretch through that side body. A few breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. Good job. And then we'll just come back to center and then we'll just switch sides. So right leg extends nice and long, turning around on our left knee. Right hand comes up and overhead. Nice big stretch there. job. And then we'll just come back to center. Now we're just gonna make our way back down to the floor. Just come laying down, so extending your legs out nice and long. Palms are open towards the ceiling, just resting by your sides. And I just want you to take a couple of moments here to just relax and just breathe into all the work we just did. So closing down the eyes once again, keeping our awareness on our body. And I just want you to notice what's touching the floor underneath. So from the feet to the legs, the back, the hands, the shoulders, the head. Just noticing what's pressed into the floor. And just try to take nice deep breaths in and out. Alrighty, from here just start to wiggle the toes a little bit and then wiggle the fingers and then slowly open the eyes if they were closed. Good job, and then we'll just roll over onto one side, make your way up and then just coming into a nice seated position, just sitting up really nice and tall. Just going to take your right ear to your right shoulder. And back the other side. Back into the middle, give me a little nod, up and down. Meet me in the center. And you guys are all finished. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Thanks for staying with me and I'll see you next time. Bye.